And welcome back to another episode of Wrestling with Bros. We hit it 3 times yesterday. We're doing 2 today. I'm Big Baby Ben.
Judas Black, and it's that time. Podcast time. Let's get it. Tonight, we're going to discuss a couple WrestleMania events, matches that are potential. I think one that's already going to obviously happen, and one what's going to happen. Won't be that long, but let's discuss it, brother. What do you got?
We're 40 days, 40 some days from WrestleMania, 39 days.
Yep. Absolutely.
And the first one I want to cover, Gunther versus ? I know you see it across the bottom of your screen. That's because we haven't seen any build up for Gunther yet. But with Braun Breaker on the main roster, who else? Like you said earlier in the meeting we just had, you named off Braun Breaker. I've been thinking about it nonstop since you said it. He, like you said, he replaced Brock Lesnar in the Rumble.
Absolutely. Braun Breaker, he's took Brock Lesnar's place in the Rumble. There's a lot of hype and a lot of speculation around it that he pretty much has taken over Brock Lesnar's schedule ever since the allegations against Brock Lesnar and Vince McMahon. So now we're saying that Gunther versus Braun Breaker because Gunther wanted to face Brock at WrestleMania, but unfortunately at this time, it's not a possibility. Now, however, though, I did see it was a news post on Facebook that there's potential that Brock actually might get brought back because of the simple fact Brock's contract has not been canceled yet. He still has a contract with WWE, huh?
He's still signed.
Yeah, he's still signed. So, it's still a possibility. And that may be why we haven't seen much of a hype or much of a build-up to Gunther's match yet.
But there's a couple other names we got to throw in the mix just for fun, because we got a little bit of time before we go on Last Week in Wrestling podcast, which we will still be broadcasting on all our channels for Monday Night Raw tonight. But I got a name to throw in the mix. Chad Gable. Give the kid, give him a WrestleMania moment.
Absolutely. He's got a couple of matches on Monday Night Raw where he faced off against Gunther. He did lose once, but there was one that he won via countout and came very, very close to winning it. Another one that just got screwed by his brother that should get another opportunity down the line, Jey Uso. Jey had that match won. He had it won to the T, was pinning Gunther when that bell rang because of Jimmy. So,
but we dig into Jimmy and Jay since you want to bring it up. I'm excited for that match. I know you're excited for that match. I know Last Week in Wrestling podcast is excited for that match. I know my wife's excited for that match. Yeet.
Yep. Yeet. No yeet. Yeet. No yeet.
So we got brother versus brother. It didn't need the Intercontinental title. It has its own title, brother versus brother.
Absolutely.
We don't need a title there. So you move into the roster, and there's another name that I want to throw in the mix, and I think it'd be a showdown. Bronson Reed.
Yeah. But he had one opportunity. But I mean, let's throw him in there. Let's give him an opportunity because their match was crazy as shit. It was hard hitting and it was well worth watching. So yeah, Bronson Reed, another very well good name that would give Gunther a nice challenge. What about Bobby Lashley? I mean, there's another one.
I mean, with that elbow injury, can he hold a title right now?
I don't know. It depends on how severe it is. So.
And clearly going into WrestleMania, the big match, the match that everybody's talking about, it's selling T-shirts out. It's sold the stadium out. Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, Part 2.
Yep.
Part 2. Does Cody finally finish the story?
Yeah.
His brother's entrance, his old brother's hairdo, his honorary legacy he's going towards his dad with. Everything is on the line for Cody Rhodes. wouldn't you say?
Yep, everything points to Cody Rhodes. Originally, I guess so. Something I was reading earlier today. Originally, the idea was Rock versus Roman. Cody was supposed to, even though he won the Rumble, they were going to do a fake injury line, like where Cody got injured, they had to pull Rock in to replace Cody, and it was all bullshit. Well, then there was a turnaround, and we got Rock versus Roman, and Cody was giving up his spot to face Roman, so Rock could do it, but then he was supposed to face Seth Rollins. Well, the crowd didn't like that. Nobody wanted that.
Nobody.
So The Rock said, you know what? Look at the amount of heat that we are getting because of this. He said, you know what? I'm going to go heel. Full heel. I'm going to turn on the crowd. I'm going to go full heel. And we'll do Cody versus Roman. Honestly, my opinion in this situation is that we are going to get Cody versus Roman. Roman's going to think The Rock's all good. He's on his side. And Solo's going to try to stop Cody, and The Rock is going to intervene. He's going, no. He's going to make Solo get down. Cody's going to hit the finisher. Boom. We got a new champion. Down the road, we get Roman versus Rock because of the simple fact that The Rock screwed Cody over.
But the only place that's suitable, if it's not Mania, for Rock and Roman is SummerSlam.
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe Survivor Series.
Yeah, I think SummerSlam personally. I mean, or potentially they said something about Saudi Arabia. So, at Crown Jewel. So, Crown Jewel's another one of the big ones for the year. Also, you got that new pay-per-view. I can't think of the name of it, but it's in Germany this year. So.
Oh, in Berlin.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Bash in Berlin. Yep.
A lot of people are saying Gunther's going to retain till Berlin.
Possible.
600 some day reign. Are you a fan of Gunther, or do you like his work at least?
I like Gunther because he's a hard-hitting motherfucker, and he gets the job done, and he doesn't have to cheat to do it. My problem is, just like with a lot of fans, it's the long title reign. Like, you already surpassed the top holder, the one that held it the longest. So why are you still holding on to it? Why do you still have the title? Like, you don't have nothing else to prove. You've beaten everybody that physically was possible placed in front of you. Now, granted, don't get me wrong, there's other guys that he could face. How's it going, Oscar? How's it going tonight?
Going, brother.
You faced everybody that it was possible to face, except for a handful of guys. But if they're just going to keep putting you over, then there's no sense of bringing them guys into it. Let's just end the reign, put somebody against him, start a new reign with somebody else, let Gunther move on up the ladder and start trying to get the bigger titles. That's what he needs to do. But I don't know. We shall see. Something else I wanted to bring up, and we talked about it last night during the Elimination Chamber results coverage. Randy Orton versus Logan Paul. Logan Paul, I don't know how many times I can say this. You should not have interfered. Randy had that one dead to rights. You chose to interfere and use them brass knucks and knock Randy Orton out. You fucked up. You done fucked up.
You just woke up a monster that is like a myth. I don't know if anybody here watches the originals, but I know I did, and I know Judas did. You just woke up Klaus.
He's going to take you out. You're going to be lucky to be able to stand after that match.
That's the apex predator. We're talking about the man that took prime John Cena. We're going to dig into Randy Orton. Took prime Cena, prime Triple H, prime Edge, prime Undertaker, prime Kane.
Batista.
All of them out. Ric Flair, Mankind. He beat the Rock and Sock Connection at WrestleMania.
Yep.
This is a Hall of Famer that can already be in the Hall of Fame, sitting at home with his family. This man has made millions of dollars. He's still here.
Yep.
Randy Orton versus Logan Paul. It's not a main event. But could it open the show and go a ooh ah moment? I mean, will it be a good match? Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna enjoy it just because of the situation. I'm gonna get to watch Randy Orton beat the living snot out of Logan Paul.
And I think it's better. You know, in my opinion, the KO thing was going somewhere.
Yeah.
The KO thing was going, so they must have bigger plans for Kevin Owens.
Yeah. Yep.
So you want to dig into Logan versus Randy? I tell you my prediction right now, live. I'm gonna tell you, Randy Orton's taking that U.S. title.
He didn't come back for no reason at all.
And you know what? As an Orton fan, I'm not ashamed. I'm glad he's back. You know what? A U.S. title is perfect for him for a while.
Yep.
Give him the likes of Bobby Lashley. Give him the likes of Kofi Kingston. Have all these guys in this division. And you know what? I miss divisions. When we were younger, there were divisions. There was the World Heavyweight. I remember the video games of the different divisions for the titles. Right now, a U.S. title on Randy opens so many co-main events, and the U.S. title will be relevant again.
Yep. Randy could take that title to new heights, make it relevant, and take on some crazy ass talent. Bobby Lashley, Bronson Reed, Chad Gable, just all those guys that you just named that are going after could go after the Intercontinental title, could go after the U.S. title, and give Randy one hell of a damn match. Yeah, are they going to beat him? Probably not. Not for a while. No. I love the way that Randy feigned injury during the chamber and then hit Drew McIntyre with an RKO. I love that. That was great. He was just all like hanging over and shit. And then he's like, the RKO!
And it was out of nowhere.
That's our boy Randy. Man, he knows when to pull the stops and he knows when to feign so he can nail that RKO out of nowhere. So
it's WrestleMania season, brother.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, man. You know, there was something else I wanted to put up here. There's a couple more matches. We kind of can go across the card a little bit here, even though we're only running Roman versus Cody, Gunther versus question mark. So there was rumors going around that there's a chance that they may pull Drew McIntyre from the card. Yeah, I've read it a couple different times. It's just speculation at this point. But there's talks that they may potentially or could potentially remove Drew McIntyre from the WrestleMania card so that Rock can face Seth Rollins. The Hello Wrestling Bitch 29. Thank you much. Thank you much. The talks is that we're going to come on to an episode of Friday Night SmackDown. Drew's going to be out there. The Bloodline is going to enter the ring and enter the arena, and they're going to jump Drew McIntyre and beat him down to where it seems like he's badly injured. That'll pull him from the card. The Rock will get put in his place to face Seth Rollins. See what I'm saying? Drew's on Raw, so they have to go to Raw, but you know what I'm saying.
But the Bloodline's everywhere nowadays.
They're all over the damn place. It doesn't matter. You know,
but here's the problem as a fan. You already had Drew win the chamber.
Yep.
He's already earned his shot. Okay. He lost to Seth already. Now he gained his opportunity. I'm intrigued. Now you're going to pull him out and put the Rock does not need that.
No, he doesn't, but it's because there's a lot of heat between Seth Rollins and The Rock, and Seth basically telling The Rock, You come out here trying to take your little piece of the cut, but we don't need you. For the last 10 years, I have ran the show. The numbers prove it. You can look at the numbers, look at the ratings. Ever since Seth Rollins has been on Monday Night Raw, holding down the damn show, proving that we don't need the likes of The Rock, Goldberg. We don't need those guys. They're the past. This is the future. So now we're going to have a match, the past versus the future, the present.
I mean, clearly Seth's going to retain.
Well, yeah, why would they give it to Rock? There's no reason to give it to him.
Unless they want to go title for title, Rock versus Roman at SummerSlam.
Oh, dude, that would piss me the fuck off. They try to pull some bullshit like that.
You know they would.
They've done it, yeah.
I mean, the chances of Cody finishing his story, in my mind, are very, very slim.
The reason being, brother, is because they've allowed Roman to hold on to the title for so long. That's
I'm a Cody
why.
Rhodes fan.
That's why it feels like it's a very slim to none chance for him to win.
I stand up like all the other Cody fans when the O comes out, just like you do, brother. I'm an American Nightmare fan. But you know what? If Roman Reigns retains, and I repeat this on my live channel right now, this live channel that we built from the ground up, I will put my ones in the air. Because he's done it all then. He beat Brock twice. He beat Cena. I have no choice. I have no choice but to put my ones in the air.
You're like, this is
and it's gonna break. It's gonna break my wrestling soul.
This is never gonna end. So then you got Bayley versus Io Sky. I'm very intrigued with this match. Bayley started Damage Control. Damage Control has chosen to turn their back on Bayley, leading Bayley to choose her opponent, because she was the Women's Royal Rumble winner, to be Io Sky. I personally think Bayley's going to pull out the win. What do you think, brother?
You know, I've been a Bayley fan for a long time. You know that, brother. I was a fan when she was just the hugger.
Yep.
Bayley is going, she's not had a title in a while. She kind of just went downhill for a little bit and she became a jobber for a while.
Yep.
I think this is her comeback.
Absolutely. She needs it.
If you have Bayley lose at WrestleMania, I might just shut off the air.
Here's the straight fact. Bayley has stepped back and allowed the younger talent to shine, unlike some talent, which comes to our next match, Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch.
Oh.
Becky has been getting title opportunity after title opportunity after title opportunity.
She was just the NXT Women's Champion.
Same as every time Charlotte was making her return. Every time she returned, she was given a SmackDown title. She was given a Raw title.
But she's the queen.
But that's the point, brother. You know what I'm trying to get
Woo!
at.
Flair.
We're talking about this younger talent that deserves an opportunity.
I agree.
They need the opportunity. And I get it. Becky wants an opportunity at the world title because she's never held that title.
After that, can she go home?
Rhea Ripley was more than obliged to give her the opportunity.
Can she go home?
Huh?
After that, can she please go home?
Yeah.
I'm a fan, Becky. If you see this, I'm a fan. We are major fans of you and Seth. But listen, this is over a book. Liv Morgan has competed in 5 Elimination Chambers.
And lost all 5.
Not just that, has been there for years. It had some amazing moments.
And only held 1 title.
So Becky gets big WrestleMania 40 in Philly with the bell, big old 40, and it's Becky.
It's the same thing over and over, year after year. We just keep getting it shoved down our throat. Why? Just because we're around the year, that time of the year, the biggest event of the year, the Super Bowl of wrestling, WrestleMania. Why? Why do we keep getting that? Oh, blah, 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 Charlotte. Let her be injured and out for a while longer, says Wrestling Bitch 29. I agree. Stay away.
She'll be back.
Not for a while.
She'll be back.
I watched a video recently where they were trying to test her knee, and she just... Wrestling Bitch 29 says Becky never would have gotten the opportunity if it wasn't for her really in her book. They need the publicity more like they want the publicity. Becky Lynch didn't need a damn title to get publicity.
But look, the title's on her. Now she's on all the talk shows.
Yeah.
She's on all the talk shows
without the damn title.
America Good Morning, CBS, NBC, ABC.
Hold the fuck up. Did you say America Good Morning?
Isn't that what it's called?
No, it's Good Morning America. I'm dying.
Oh, Good Morning America.
America, good morning. All right. Anyway, I think that about covers everything we've got as far as matches thus far.
When it gets closer to WrestleMania, we'll be having a longer episode, kind of really digging into WrestleMania.
You know, we kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of a spotlight show tonight, just to kind of cover a few things that have already been brought to light. You know, the bloodline thing, man, it's been going for a long time. And, you know, every time we thought it was near the end, they always come up with something new to keep it going. But we shall see. We shall see what happens at WrestleMania 40. We're crossing our fingers that Cody can finish his story one way or the other. Like Big Baby said, and you heard it, and I better see it. If Roman retains his title at WrestleMania 40, his finger will go in the air. He will have no choice but to acknowledge.
Like I said, and I'll announce it one more time on the show, but real quick, Last Week in Wrestling podcast, my guys, can't wait to join you here in a couple minutes for Monday Night Raw. We're ecstatic, we're psyched, we're podcast punked, we're ready to go. But I said it and I meant it. If Roman Reigns retains at WrestleMania, I will, barf and be disgusted. But I will put a finger in the air and I will raise it high.
So, a couple of things I want to go over with the fans here. You know, we announced about a couple things last night on Last Week in Wrestling podcast, but I want to kind of bring it on the air here at Wrestling with Bros. This Wednesday we have Omar Sala coming on the podcast. Referee Omar Sala, 7 p.m. Wednesday.
I believe he wrestles also.
Huh?
I believe he wrestles also.
Yeah, he actually has been training up in CSW with me as well.
Okay.
And then Sunday, March 3rd, we have 1 second. I want to make sure I got that information correct before I spew it out of my mouth. Let's see. Sunday, March 3rd, 6 p.m. We have the Black Sheep FXB at 6 p.m. coming on the podcast. And then March 4th, 8 p.m. That's Monday, March 4th, 8 p.m. We have Nasty Nick Nolan, professional wrestler, Nasty Nick Nolan, coming on the podcast. We are excited. We are ecstatic. We want to keep on hearing from these wrestlers. We want to hear from ideas that you fans have. Now, people you think should come on the podcast. Wrestlers, if you're out there and you're watching this, please hit us up. We want to bring you on the podcast. We want to give you the spotlight, give you the chance to talk about your career and just kind of talk about some general questions and stuff that, that the fans would be interested in hearing about. There's a lot of different wrestlers in this world, whether it be lucha wrestlers, whether it be heavyweight wrestlers, whether it be flying wrestlers, whether it be females, whether it be males. Come on. We want you on here. We want to talk to you. Let me talk to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, Big Baby, if you want to carry us away here.
Well, you've heard it from the best in the Midwest. This is Big Baby Ben.
Judas Black. Let's get it. Let's get it tonight on Last Week of Wrestling. This has been an amazing episode of Wrestling with Bros.